everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Karibu Fine Art, and I'm Priya, the artist behind karibufineart.com. Today we are going to learn how to paint a cockatiel bird. Hello guys, so as you can see, this is the final result we are going to get today, and I'll just explain you in brief what I have done for the background. For the background I have applied blue paint, as you can see here, this blue paint on top of a blank canvas, and after that paint dried I have used a stencil and I have placed stencil on top of it and then sprayed this thing with Liquitex professional spray paint. This is a titanium white paint, so I have sprayed this whole thing with the spray paint. After that, after you remove it, I have let it dry, and after it dries I have used another layer of blue paint, another coat of blue paint on top of that to get this effect. So this is what I have done for the background, and after that I have done my basic sketch. And after I blocked in the basic border line, I have put white paint on top of it just to make it less opaque so that I don't see the blue paint through it. So that's why I have blocked it with the white paint, and on top of the white paint I have again drawn the basic drawing, and that's where we'll start today's tutorial from.
After going through all the pre-work, which we already discussed in the introduction part of this video, now I'm working on the actual cockatiel bird. So you can see that on that white layer, we can still see the background, blue background through those. So I'm trying to block in all the parts of the bird as much as I can so that I don't see the background, the blue background anymore. So I have started with gray portions, and then I have started to block the black portions with a round brush, and now I have switched to a very fine 000 Princeton brand brush to go over the fine details on the eye and on the beak, and trying to block in the gray portions in a much better way. I have again switched back to the first brush I was using, the round brush with yellow portion, and I have blocked in some of the yellow portions using that brush. I prefer to define the beak portion and the eyes better before I go over the feather details. But it's a personal preference, so you can choose to do anything before the other. Let's just talk a little bit about this bird, because the series is about this is part 2 of the 4-part tutorial series we have about birds of Australia. So this is an endemic bird to Australia. It's a pretty small in size bird, but it's very easy to breed. That's why you will see it as a household pet in all over Australia. It's a very commonly found pet in the Australian houses. Now you can see that I'm going over the feathers and and then I'll switch to the facial and neck portion with the fine brush and the gray paint, and I'll try to define the feathers better and better every time I put a layer on. The most important feature of this bird and the unique feature of this bird is the orangish reddish patch on its cheek, which we'll be putting on soon. You can see that I'm going over the facial part with the gray paint, and the details I'm putting on look pretty harsh, but I have to do that just because I'm going to go over it with a more opaque mix of white and yellow, and after that you won't feel that the details are as harsh as you can see them now. I'm going over shadowed portions with mask black again, just to define the shadows and the highlights better and better. With each layer I go. With acrylic or oil paints, it's always about the layering process you follow. As many layers as you can put, the painting comes out even better. So actually you cannot go wrong with the painting even if you put like 100 layers on it. Right now I'm just going through the facial portions and trying to block in the feathers on its head in a much better fashion with that mix of yellow and white. Why I'm doing that and why I'm not going directly with the yellow paint is because most of the acrylic yellow paints are pretty transparent, and it won't look like you can't layer it with a transparent paint because those you can use usually for glazing. That's why I have first went through the mix of yellow and white, and after that I'll be doing the yellow glaze on top of it, so that you can't see the blue background through the bird, which is not our purpose. You have to pay close attention to the direction of fur whenever you paint fur or feather, whenever you paint an animal or a bird. So that's one of the most important things to keep check on, that you have to keep check on your reference photo again and again, just to make sure whatever details you're putting in are correct. Just a lot of details are not always good. The details have to be correct as well. With this cockatiel on the eye, I don't have to put so much of work because there wasn't any shadowed portion or reflections there. It was pretty easy to block that one in, so it's a good object to start learning with. The reference photo I'm using for this picture is from pixabay.com. I'll put the details and the link in the description below. Please subscribe to my channel if you have liked it, and please like and share with all the people you know. And this is just part 2 of the 4-part bird series we are doing. So next week we are going to learn how to paint a rainbow lorikeet, which is one of my favorite birds. And thank you so much for taking time out and watching this video, and see you again next Thursday.